The saying is there that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. So the question is, how far is too far for you? Yeah, it's another wonderful time, another wonderful day. And I want you, wherever you're watching us from right now, all right, just to leave us a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Today I'm going to be sharing with you, very unique topic, and I call it the trees where money grow. Growing up, especially those of us who grew up in Africa, we've been told or made to believe that money does not grow on a tree. All right. So we've been told and we've been conditioned to accept the fact that money does not grow on the tree. But today I'm going to tell you some few trees where money grow, all right, where you can actually pick money from. I've actually explored some of them, and I can tell you it actually works, all right. So if you can hear me, I just want to like this video and share. Let me know you can hear me, all right. I'm just checking to see that people log in first, okay, before we dive into the topic. And please just like this video and share it. If you can actually hear me, let me know that you can hear me, all right, and like the video and share it. You're going to be looking at 15 trees where money grows. These are practical trees that when you actually exploit them, you'll be amazed at what you can actually get out of this tree. Yes, we have been told, or we have been conditioned to believe that money does not grow on a tree. However, there are these 15 unique trees that when they are properly harnessed, you can actually develop wealth from them. All right. If you can hear me, let me know that you can hear me loud and clear before we go into the topic. All right. I would like you to just make a comment and let me know that you can hear me. All right. So now we assume that the audio is fine, and I will just proceed, all right, with giving us the key so I don't take much of our time. All right, just like this video and share it, all right, share with your friends, share with people, and let people get value that you are also going to be getting from us tonight. All right, so 15 trees where money grow that you can actually pluck money from anywhere in the world. The very first tree that you want to consider when you are looking at trees where money grow is to begin to look at the tree of people. The tree of people. Listen, people, when you build strong relationship and strategic network, you'll be so amazed at how that community can become an open door and a source of wealth for you. All right. People don't understand this so much that you hear people often say, no, I don't like people around me. I don't like too many crowd. Listen, the more the merrier. And those who are in business understand this already. One thing you should understand if you are ever thinking of creating wealth or building wealth for yourself or building wealth as an organization is that you want to actually ensure that you have the numbers. And to get these numbers, you need the people. Now imagine you have a product that you have 1 million persons patronizing this product, and each of them is just going to be selling for $8. Guess what you have made already? You've already made $1 million. Now, there are people in your life that are actually worth more than $1 million. All right. A story was shared recently of a guy who had an access to, have an headquarters for a very big billionaire. All right. A billionaire, and how did he get that access? The security was his friend, and the security man introduced him to the billionaire who was actually looking for how to have his hair cut. And this guy went to this billionaire's house, had his hair cut, and the billionaire gave him, a whopping sum of 200,000 naira. And guess what? This barber just walked away. All right. He walked away believing that he has gotten an access to the billionaire, believing that after all, no issues. The guy who gave me the access, I give him a very good haircut. He's going to call me back again. No problem. This, barber went away with the money. Few weeks later, I was amazed that, Luna was very happy with my haircut. How come he didn't call me back? How come he didn't call me? And, when the analysis was made, it was discovered that it's very possible that the security man may have told the billionaire that, oh, maybe his brother will ask him next time, are you going to, I'm going to have my haircut again. Where is that your friend that did my haircut? The security man may actually tell the billionaire and say, you know what, he has relocated. Why? The barber forgot the access point. He forgot the person that gave him access to the billionaire's house. He thought his key was enough to sustain that relationship. Sometimes when people take us into, relationship or into places of influence, some of us, when we get in there, will abuse it. Some of us will get in there, we forget the ladder that took us there. Listen, you must learn to appreciate people at every stage of your life. You need them while you are going up. You need them while you are there to sustain, the temple. And like it's been said, over and over again, that people don't grow up, they are taken up. All right? People don't grow up, they are brought up. You will be brought up by our parents. And also for every height you want to get to in life, people are there in that height already. So don't make the mistake of believing that you have gotten to this height and you forgot the people or the access point at which you got to that height. Just like the story of the barber. The security man, it was have easy for him to have appreciated the security man or give him a tip or whatever. But he believed that, and when he was told that, did you give the security man anything? He said, no, he's working with a billionaire. He must be earning very well. So he doesn't need this my own money. He must earn his own money, and he probably earning his money. He's living in a billionaire's house, so he's going to be paid very well. He forgot the access point to the billionaire's house. All right? So you must acknowledge the fact that people are very essential to every height you want to get to in life. So when you have access to, you have other people, take you into a door, do not let the people out. All right? Do not forget about the people. Understand that people are needed at every stage of your life. So that's a one tree that you want to keep maintaining. Because what happens when you understand that this tree can actually generate you much more income, what do? You take care of that tree. All right, you maintain that tree. So why am I bringing this tree to you? So that you understand how to actually maintain that tree. All right. So if you're watching us right now, I want you to just like this video and share it. And I want you to leave us a comment so we can read from you. I don't know if it's a network. I seem not to be seeing much comment from here. All right. All right. Let me just move on to the next tree. The first tree we identify as a tree of people. You must understand that people are very essential to any height you want to get to your life. The other tree that you don't want to play with, which often a lot of persons, don't want to even get into have that tree in their life. It's like, no, God should just take the tree away. It's a tree of risk. All right. Taking calculated risk in businesses or whatever heights you want to get, whether in investment or even in anything, innovations or doing whatever you want to do or whatever you think you know how to do best, until you are ready to take calculative risk, you are not ready for the next height. And let me tell you the truth. It's Archbishop in his blessed memory, Bishop also that says something. He says it is risky not to take a risk. The difference between a man, all right, who is actually, making success today in whatever height or sphere of life, I will show you a man who has taken risks some days back, some years back, or some times back in his life. All right. And the reason why some of us are where we are right now is because we've analyzed the risk so well. We've done our risk assessment to the point that we believe that the best thing to do is not to even not to take the action. Let me tell you the truth. Every action you take has its own consequences. And refusing to take an action has its own consequences also. All right. So, what are we trying to say? Not taking risk is a risk in itself. And when you take a risk, the highest that is going to happen is that you're going to fail. And let me tell you the truth. It is Les Brown that says, you must fail your way to success. If you are afraid of failing, you are not ready to actually get to the next level of success. So if you are the type that always believe that, I'm a religious person, when I'm Christian, Muslim, or whatever you believe in, or because of that, God will going to make everything very smooth, things are going to work out so smoothly. I believe that and I accept that with you. But trust me, you must come to a point in your life where you accept the fact that most times the road is rough and narrow. And what does that mean? you can make all calculations, you can make all business plans, you can do everything right and still be wrong. Yes, in this world where we are. So you must understand that taking risk is part of your life. You must understand that taking risk is part of the things it's part of a recipe for success. And failure is one thing you should actually embrace as part of the stepping stone to success. Am I being negative? Am I saying that you're going to fail? No. I'm only just telling you that when you are not afraid of failing, you'll find out that failure can no longer threaten you with why you are not taking actions. Because a lot of us, we've written out business plans, we've written out things we want to do, we've written out a plan for the year. What is stopping us is the fear of failure. May I also remind you, none of us is actually going to live this life alive. Let me put that to you clearly. Whether we are going by rapture or we're going to go at an appointed time, this physical body that we are carrying is not going to go to heaven with us. So it therefore means that at a point, death should not be something that you are going to be afraid of. So if you check to the scripture, for those of us who are faith-based, you will agree with me that everyone who have always said, if I perish, I perish, they ended up not perishing and they ended up making marks in their life. All right? So you must get to a point where you conquer fear and death, where you conquer failure, where you tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to face these things. If I perish, I perish. What's going to be the highest thing that will happen? The highest thing is going to fail. And guess what? According to Les Brown, you will fail your way to success. And until you get hold of that, Dr. Emmanuel O says, a failure is a school fees you pay when you refuse to pay for knowledge. So that's it. You just pay it and you move into the other class. All right. So you must be ready to tell yourself that, you know what, the highest thing that will happen is that this thing will fail. Let me try. Because even sometimes we read about the story of 7-Up and all of these people. Go and check any great man who had ever made success in life. They will tell you how many attempts they have made before they succeeded. Go and check. The facts are there. All right. So what does that suggest to us? Is that this life in itself is risky and you must be ready to take the risk. So risk is another tree where money grows, because the people who take risk are those who have been able to grow wealth for themselves and generations after them. All right. If you are getting value out, I want to leave us a comment. Just like this video and share it. All right. And, tell us where you are watching from. That will actually help and encourage us, to produce more videos. Of course, this is going to be in 3 series. And this is actually more like part 1 of the trees where money grows. All right. Now, the third one is the tree of collaboration. The tree of collaboration. And why do people not collaborate? First, they don't understand the tree of people. They don't know how to maintain people. They don't know how to appreciate people. They don't know how to harness people. Some persons are also people user. All right. Don't be part of those that are using people. But of course, you must also understand that if you are also part of those that say, nobody can use me, nobody can use me. Like my mentor will always say, when you say nobody can use you, it means you are useless. Because at a point, every one of us are being used, or we use other people. All right. So you must understand the tree of collaboration. 100% of 100,000 is nothing compared to 1% of 1 billion. Think about that. So why are you thinking of holding everything to yourself? Why are you thinking of being the owner of everything when you can actually collaborate? The saying is there that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. So the question is, how far is too far for you? And how far do you actually want to go? You must learn collaboration. You must learn to partner with others. All right. Some of the big businesses today, Amazons and all of that, the owners are not holding up to 20% of the shares of those companies. Go and check. The facts are there. They founded the company and they brought people on board in collaborations. And they just hold a percentage and other people run the deals. That's what we're saying. You must learn to collaborate. You must learn to bring people on board. One of the reasons why, you see some products are no longer in the market, the likes of Nokia and all of this, because these were people that didn't actually embrace, the new technology, partnership and collaboration. If you read some of their stories, and that was how they feel away. All right. So you don't want to just hold on to 100% of, what you have right now, when if you collaborate, you could actually go better or bigger. All right. So learn collaborations, look for people, combine resources, skills. There are people who have an idea, who have ideas to run what you are doing greater and better. All right. So collaboration is the new competition, and that's a tree where money grows. A lot of people have ignored that tree because why? They are scared. Again, risk. I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody. And guess what? Where you are seated right now, somebody built the share, and you trusted it and you sat on it. You are not afraid that his share was going to collapse. Think about it. Don't you think that you are deceiving yourself when you say you don't trust anybody? The last time I checked, you went into your house, you used the key opened the door, and you didn't bother to check if there was any risk inside. Because why? You just believe that the house is safe enough. Have you thought about the fact that there are a lot of people also who have, things hurting them when they go into their homes? Some of you fly, all right? You don't know the pilot. How come you trusted the pilot so well that you sat on your seat? The pilot is not your cousin. He's not related to you. He's not your in-law. He's not in any way related to you. But you trusted the pilot. What did you trust in the pilot? His knowledge. Then you can also collaborate with people that you think have knowledge or better knowledge on what you want to do. All right. So if you watch the video up to this point, I want you to like this video and share it. The tree of collaboration is one tree that you don't want to ignore because it's a tree where money grows on daily basis. All right. There's another tree here that I want to really talk about quickly tonight, and that's the tree of imagination. Listen, the world has gone beyond, where you begin to just sit down and make do with what is available. People have ported themselves. And guess what? To think or to actually, stay, at the state of imagination does not need to cost you anything. All right. That is the only flight you can take without paying the fare. All right. So you could actually imagine your future. You could imagine what you want to become, and you begin to gravitate towards it just by simply sitting down to create the picture of the future in your head. So the tree of imagination is one tree that, money grow from on a daily basis. Have you thought about how we've come to this place in the world right now where almost everything is at the fingerprints? Think about that. Somebody sat down and thought about how to make, human existence more simpler. How people can live, in a more simple way, and started developing technology to that effect. I'm talking to you right now on Facebook, and we can stream live, and for some person they can also see us also from the YouTube and all of that. Guess what? Somebody imagine that how come we are all limited? We can be connected with a network, and somebody created a platform like this. What can you imagine? What are you thinking about? When you actually sit down, do you try to think about what can be done to improve humanity? I know sometimes you think about how to make money. No, you don't think how to make money. Think about how to improve humanity. And let me tell you the truth. Every problem in your community is a problem begging for answers. And those answers can always come as a business opportunity. Those answers can become the reason why you will become wealthy tomorrow. Think about any problem in your community right now and begin to ask yourself, how do I solve this problem? Because those problems, what they are actually doing, they are creating opportunity for you to actually to become wealthy. Imagine if you live in a community where there is no water and you decide to say, you know what, let me actually just dig a borehole and let me create, clean water for them. Everyone will come to your place and buy that water. What does that do? Has given you a business opportunity. So every single problem around you, every single problem is an opportunity for you to create business. So many years back, when I got to Qatar, we were all in the room. Of course, some of us were not having jobs. In fact, we were jobless, actually. And we were all writing CV. What did I do? I now found out that, we needed a printer. What did I do? I went, got some money, bought a used printer. Everybody in my room was printing from me. All right? And I was taking the 2 money. That was enough for me to take care of my feeding as at that time. What does that suggest to you? Use whatever problem that is peculiar to your area or community where you are. Anywhere in the world, these things work. This principle works. They are universal. What is the problem? What are people complaining about? Begin to gather those problems. And guess what? The world has made it so easy. Just go on Google. Go on ChatGPT. Shut it up. You'll find out that you find solution to or those problems, or you find a clue to the solution to those problems, and if you can solve those problems, you can actually amass wealth for yourself. All right. So you must begin to think about the tree of imaginations. Imagine things, create stuff. Think about what can be done, to make human existence better. What can be done to make the people in my community better? What can I do? Just by answering those questions, they become business opportunities for you. All right. This is another tree where money grows, and people are plucking money from these trees on a daily basis globally, not just about where you live, whether in Africa or Europe, in Asia. No. It's a global principle, and it's working for everyone at every single time. All right. The last tree I want to discuss, the fifth tree I want to discuss with us today, is the tree of creativity. Listen, creativity and innovation are intertwined. If you're already having an existing business, you want to think about how to innovate it, how to improve on it. All right. Transportation has been existent even from the beginning, but somebody thought about how do people just stay in their home instead of standing under the sun and waiting for a ride, waiting for a taxi. Let them just order a car. That was how Uber was built in. That's what we are saying. Creativity. All right. You can have a talent. All right. You are a singer, or you can have a talent. You can art, whatever it is you can do, whatever crafts that you can do. Find a way to begin to use it to create a solution. All right. Either in form of entertainment or create innovative ideas from what is already existing, and then you begin to generate income from them. The world has gone beyond where you have to study a particular 5 years course to generate money. In the world where we are living right now, people who are actually making money are even those who have actually taken to creativity and imaginative thinking, that are actually making much money than those who have actually gone on certification and all of that. I am not preaching against certification. Okay, you can watch my video on career and skills, and you will see my position on certification. All right, that's one video I recommend to you. It's on our YouTube channel, Emmanuel Inspire TV. Go and watch that video, and you'll be so amazed at the level of knowledge that was actually dispensed. I was quite vulnerable with a lot of information there. All right. So if you have watched this video up to this point, I want you to like this video and share it, and share with your friends, and tell us what you have gained so far. We're going to be discussing 15 trees where money grows. And today I decided to do the first 5 trees. I talk about the tree of people. Don't be people user. And when you use people, compensate them. All right. And when people become an access for you, do not throw them off. All right. They become the reason for you to sustain that platform. And I gave a story of a barber who had an access to a billionaire to cut his hair because the security man was a friend to the barber, and he helped the barber to get into the man's house and had his hair cut. And when he finished cutting the man's hair, the man gave him a whopping 200,000 just for an haircut. And guess what? The guy joyously went away without remembering to give a tip, or at least compensate the security man. Because he didn't do that, he didn't have that access again. And he was wondering why. And when he was confronted, okay, when you get the 200,000, what do you do to the security man? So security man is working with a billionaire. He should have his own money. Don't be so entitled. Think about people. Right? Be people-centric. Whatever you are doing, think about how to make people's life better. Listen to me. The people who are making real wealth in the world today, go and find out. Most of them always develop products and services that serves humanity. And their aim wasn't actually to make money, but just to help and elevate the current state or status of humanity. And that has created wealth for them. So that's a tree where money grows. The tree of people. The tree of risk. People don't want to take risks. They are so scared. They don't want to fail. But you must fail your way to success. And I encourage you, you can watch this video again and again, and you see the other trees that we have discussed. When we come in again your way to discuss the other tree where money grows. And if you have gained value up to this point, I encourage you to share this video, like it, share with friends, and you can even have a watch party with it. Till I come your way again, I remember your friend, Dr. Emmanuel O, Odigie, saying, there are trees where money grows. Don't be deceived. There are trees where money grows. Thank you.